3 years after a massive crackdown on Medicaid fraud in Arizona, the fallout continues.
Prosecutors say a Valley man who owned a behavioral health provider raked in more than $30 million by exploiting Native American clients for their benefits. The widespread sober living scheme defrauded access out of $2.8 billion. Fox 10 investigator Justin Lum has reported on this crisis extensively and joins us live now with details on how the defendant's upcoming sentencing is going.
You're about to meet Thomas Hurd, a business owner who recently pleaded guilty to 2 fraud-related charges. According to the state's sentencing memo, Hurd Healthcare billed access for clients who were incarcerated at the time, claimed alcohol abuse treatment for kids, and even billed for a client who was dead.
No comments.
You don't have to put your hands in my face, ma'am.
No comments. No comments. No comments. Keep going. Keep going.
Mr. Hurd, you pled guilty. I just want to know about the $33 million taken from the state. How did 47-year-old Thomas Hurd end up here, walking out of court, shielding his face with a manila folder, and refusing to answer questions about a staggering $34.8 million Medicaid fraud case? It's a far cry from the image portrayed just a few years ago here on his Facebook profile, showcasing himself as a YouTuber hosting a gospel radio show.
All right, happy Friday, AZ Soul. This is Heard the Word.
He actually spoke to Fox 10 back in 2015 while hosting a watch party for the hit show Empire in downtown Phoenix.
I got a call about a couple of weeks ago from Lee Daniels and Henry Butler with the Empire.
Now Hurd's empire is coming to an end. In June 2024, a grand jury indicted Thomas Hurd, his wife Kanisha, Alexis Small, and Hurd Healthcare on a slew of charges, including conspiracy, theft, money laundering, and identity theft. The Arizona Attorney General's office is prosecuting the case. Court documents reveal Hurd Healthcare submitted claims for just over 150 access members using a highly repetitive billing pattern. The blanket diagnosis for those clients was alcohol dependence uncomplicated. One of the victims in this scheme is Pamela Vaden. She wasn't a client, but a counselor who actually worked for Hurd Healthcare.
Although this is a financial case of millions of dollars that was misappropriated and stolen from insurance, it's also millions of dollars of people's lives and feelings that were attacked and victimized.
Prosecutors say from July through August 2023, Thomas Hurd used Vaden's ID to register her name as a member of an entity through Arizona's Corporation Commission. Court documents reveal that one woman who was a member of the Fort Apache Indian tribe never received services at HHC, but the company billed the state for services provided from March 6th to April 14th of 2023. The red flag? That woman died on March 6th. Yet Access paid Hurd Healthcare $33,000. During the investigation, multiple families told the AG's office that they had never heard of HHC and denied ever receiving services.
That is ridiculous, and I think that these type of people like to target people who are at a disadvantage or can't speak up for themselves, and that even goes all the way down to children.
Prosecutors say Hurd Healthcare raked in more than $3 million just by billing for kids ranging from 2 to 14 years old and diagnosing them with alcohol dependence. However, Vaden confirmed to investigators children were never treated for alcoholism.
Of course, they asked me a few questions because this company had put some LLCs in my name that I have no idea of. I don't reap any benefits of.
She also had no idea Access suspended HHC in May of 2023, stopping payments due to credible allegations of fraud.
I actually feel bamboozled. I feel like this company found someone who was extremely intelligent or had a good background in medicine, and because I didn't have any street sense or financial sense about myself, they took advantage of someone who wanted to help people and grow within a company.
In December 2025, Thomas Hurd pleaded guilty to 2 felony charges, solicitation and conspiracy to commit fraudulent schemes. But he still hasn't learned his fate. His sentencing has been pushed back multiple times.
The defense was prepared to go forward today, but there have some issues arose, and I think it's critical that the assigned DCA be here.
Hurd has 2 prior felony convictions, forgery and identity theft. Because of those aggravating factors, the state is now asking for a prison sentence of 3 years, plus 7 years of supervised probation once he's released. Hurd had nothing to say after the hearing.
Mr. Hurd, you pled guilty. I just want to know about the $33 million taken from the state. Do you have any comment at all? The sentencing is delayed, so you still have to appear for that. Mr. Hurd, did you bill for kids who apparently had alcohol substance abuse issues?
Somebody should have seen those red flags to begin with.
Reva Stewart is a longtime advocate for Native Americans victimized by the sober living scheme, but she says Access, the state's Medicaid agency, allowed the multi-billion-dollar fraud to happen. She says it's common to hear from tribal members who were completely unaware their benefits were being used for treatment they never received.
Now they have to backtrack and figure out how in the world did they get my ID? How in the world did they choose to use my child, or the death of my family member to put more money in their pockets?
Vaden says her credit is ruined, and she has faced serious financial challenges since leaving Hurd Healthcare.
It's put a hold on my life until now, where I basically just had to start and be an entrepreneur from scratch, which is something very powerful for me now, but brand new.
Thomas Hurd's sentencing is now scheduled for June 12th. We plan to be there. Meanwhile, his wife Kanisha has pleaded not guilty to these charges. She's waiting for her own trial. I'm Fox 10 investigator Justin Lum.